All right, and I believe we are live. Morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin or Market Pulse, whatever floats your boat. This fine Monday morning for, I believe, what is March 30th. What is the date? It is. It's March 30th. And we're going to take a look at the markets before markets open. As usual, I will end the stream before markets open because I have to open up my trading account and try to get into some trades. Lots of interesting things overnight, and we're going to go ahead and start looking at them now. Let me pull out your live chat and see what's going on there. I don't think I'll have time for questions this morning. I also don't have anyone doing questions for me this morning, but I want to take a look at the markets. I want to get ready for my trading day. I should probably take a look at the notification service, see if anything came through, but usually the notification service needs market open. So a lot of the stocks that would come out, this would happen in this would happen in basically after market opens, but we'll take a look at a few of those as well. All right, let's go to screen share and get a move on this. All right. You know what? I want to show something real quick because it's so cool. So I've been working, as you guys know, my graphic designer that does amazing work. I've been working with him for the last few weeks to try and design some cool Embly cards. If I'm going to be going around the world using this card everywhere, I want some cool designs. And I got a call with Embly coming up, and we're going to try to get these designs onto their website. So those that want to use the Embly card as you spread the knowledge of Bitcoin around, you will have these designs to choose from, and they are absolutely awesome. We had about 10 different designs, and I had to narrow it down to 6, and these were the final winners. So hopefully next time you guys see me out, I'll have one of these. I have no idea which one. They are all my absolute favorites. So that's cool. Other than that, you can support with any other affiliate codes, and that's a way to help out this free YouTube channel. If you want to learn about the Fed, go to my blog, type in Fed into the search right there, and you will see lots of good links about the Fed. Kind of cuts back on many of the conspiracy theories. All right, Bitcoin. Very interesting last night. I hope you guys watched the video, yesterday's video. And in yesterday's video, I was very clear that I anticipated a 1 to 4 candle correction, somewhere between 1 and 4 days. And as we zoom in on this correction, here's your 9, here's 1 day, full first day, full second day, full third day, and look how the low came in on the 4th day. It came very early in that day, maybe even a little bit earlier than I would have guessed. I really thought that we can swing down to like 5,700 and then bounce. But we bounced like immediately after my stream yesterday. And I made it very clear that sometime in the next 12 to 36 hours, I expected a bounce and a reversal in price. It literally happened like a little earlier than I even expected. And I also very clearly stated yesterday that I would be a buyer at first sign of strength. Now, here's the unfortunate part for me personally, because I don't trade Bitcoin on crypto exchanges because I don't want to put my Bitcoin at risk. I trade Bitcoin in my retirement account with GBTC. And while my statement, I would be a buyer of Bitcoin at first sign of strength, I was honestly praying for that first sign of strength to be during market open, which means sometime 35 minutes from now or later to give me personally a good opportunity to buy at the low. Now, unfortunately for me, that did not happen and we bounced overnight. which means GBTC will not give me the perfect opportunity to buy at the low. And this is one of the downsides of trading Bitcoin with GBTC as opposed to trading Bitcoin on crypto exchanges. However, if you are a trader of Bitcoin in the Bitcoin futures market, what is this? GBTC. If you were trading Bitcoin in the futures market, then you did have an opportunity to buy Bitcoin on the cheap at the reversal because futures were already open. I do not trade futures in my retirement account. I find it to be way too risky and way too dangerous for a retirement account. You only get one shot. I mean, if your retirement account, if you fuck up in your retirement account, you can't just add more money in, no matter how rich you are. So you have to be extra careful with your risk in your retirement accounts, which is why I don't trade Bitcoin futures in my retirement account, but I am willing to trade GBTC in my retirement account. So we will see how GBTC opens. Let me put this back to a line chart. We will see how GBTC opens in the morning in about 30 minutes. Well, I will see it. I won't be live with you guys. So let's get back to this daily chart. And this daily chart is telling me that we have bounced off of this 1 to 4 candle correction. And now the big challenge becomes, are we going to be able to break this 6850 zone? Okay, in order for me to enter the perfect trade, I do not want to see a break of the 850 zone. By the way, if this candle fully completes above the current above yesterday's candle, I would then adjust my triangle to look something like this. All right, why is this not adjusted? There it is. I'd have to drop the magnet. I would then adjust this triangle to something like this. Maybe I'll leave it like that. I mean, that's okay. This is still within my parameters of a triangle. And this is still looking like triangle, but it just shortened. This triangle just shortened by a little bit. It's probably way too premature for me to draw this triangle, but I am going to be adjusting it as we go because it's a very dynamic situation. I will not, if we break this, let's say tomorrow, it's debatable if this is a breakout of a triangle because look, I technically have 1, 2, I would love one more point of contact. And because there were 3 candles here, 1, 2, 3, and 2 candles here at the start, 1, 2, I can almost say, hey, this is enough of a support trend line of the angle side of the triangle. I can also say, hey, this is a legitimate touch. And because this is 1, 2, 3, 4 candles, that's a legitimate enough resistance. And if we slow down at this line for even a single day, that becomes a good opportunity. But at the moment, now pending how this candle ends, and I will probably do a stream late tonight as this candle is closing, it is very likely that this triangle has, or not the triangle, but it is very likely that Bitcoin is going to try and push towards 6.8 thousand. Now, and then do something like this. And then a breakout. This is what I'm actually looking for. Now, this breakout, let me not get too cavalier with it because it's going to run into the 200-day moving average. Okay, so I am now looking at the following scenario. So far it's looking good, and I remain a bull in this market, especially after what happened overnight. Okay, the weekly chart, while looking somewhat bad yesterday, it never broke below our double support area. It is still in a double support area. We are looking at a red 6. Now, the sequential is not lining up very well because in order for us to get a red 9 and a perfect buying opportunity, we would the overall market picture would have to look very, very bleak and very, very scary. In order for you to get that, I mean, the next candle would need to be closing at a new weekly closing low, all the way down to 5,300. And while I think that's possible, I don't think that is very, very likely. So I do believe that the weekly count is going to break. And if the weekly count breaks, it's a little bit unfortunate, because then it never gives me that perfect buying opportunity on the long-term scale in Bitcoin. Okay, so I have a very good question from Scardage. How can you be this optimistic with what's to come in the US regarding the health crisis? Well, it's a very simple answer. For the same exact reason I was so pessimistic when everyone was a moon boy above $10,000. I will always take the opposite view of the majority of the people, because the majority of the people will always be wrong. I am willing to look foolish in the short term to make good decisions in the long term towards my future. And that's how I got to this position today. What if the markets drop when they open? Good question. So if the markets drop when they open, which I'm kind of almost anticipating, right? I am expecting the markets to drop, maybe not at the open. I think this strength in the morning will continue, though I am very humble to the stock market. And in my career of day trading, I have lost so much money anticipating what the market will do in the first 15 to 30 minutes of trading. I would say that of all the money I ever lost in my trading career, 50% of all those losses came anticipating what the market will do in its first 30 minutes, especially on a Monday. So I will never, ever make a trade in my life ever again in the first 30 minutes of market open, especially on a Monday, okay? So having said that, I am expecting some form of a market top in the first half of this week. I'm not, it's possible we can retest, this resistance one more time, though as much as you guys know, I hate double tops. Let's go to the daily chart on the S&P. I do think this top is going to hold. I think the market will rebound today. We can maybe approach this moving average one more time. This is the 20-period moving average. I think we will probably touch it at some point today or tomorrow or Wednesday, but it's coming down really fast. I do believe that the market, this top will hold, and we will reverse and make a new low. Now, just like with Bitcoin, just like with, if I go back to the longer term version of the Bitcoin chart, I always anticipated a big reversal from 14,000 and make a new low. Now, I had absolutely no idea if this new low was going to be higher than the prior low or lower than the prior low. The more time passes, the more likely we are to get a higher low. And I believe so much time has passed between this low and this low that this low is here to stay. Now we bring the same ideology over to the S&P market. And as we look at the S&P market, I am anticipating another low. Do I know if this low is going to be higher than the low we made on March 23rd or lower than the low we made on March 23rd? I have absolutely no idea. If I was forced to lean one way or another, I would say that the next low is going to be lower than the current low, but it doesn't have to be lower. But another low is coming. It's coming. Now, if the new low is not lower than the current low, where is it most likely going to be? Well, it's most actually in the futures market, this looks better. Because in the futures market, we touched the 38 Fibonacci perfectly. So let's go over to the futures market and put the futures market on a daily chart, because I already have those Fibonacci's in place. And if you look, I did not even realize this because I haven't pulled up the futures on the chart. We already touched the 38% Fibonacci. Now, I think that is not enough. I don't think that is enough. I think we are going to go lower. And where is the most likely area if the S&P does not make a new low? Oops, I have to plug my computer in. If the S&P does not make a new low, I think the most likely place for the S&P to rebound is going to be either at the 62% Fibonacci line, which is at 2354 area, or a little bit lower in that 76 to 78% Fibonacci zone, around 2280. This is what I'm looking for. Again, this is the same viewpoint that took place in gold. If we go to gold and we put gold on a weekly chart, by the way, I finally paid for TradingView. I'm back to paying through the nose for $60 a month for a premium subscription. And you would think that gold would update quicker. Let me refresh. I also released the latest version of the code. So those of you that have the code, make sure you delete the code from your chart. Make sure you delete the code from your chart, refresh TradingView, and add it again. Okay, you all have access. The access has not changed. It's the same exact indicator with the green lock. So make sure you go over and do that. Let me close this. Let me see how many live viewers we have, guys. We're at 800 live viewers. Right. So if you do have access to the TI code, just delete it, go back to your indicators, click on invite-only scripts. And these are all my invite-only scripts. And it's this one right here, TI indicators. Okay. And you should have a green lock on it. It has almost 3,000 likes. If you want to push that up to 3,000 likes so that it stands out a little better, that'd be great. Makes it easier to find for people. And you click on this and make sure it says TISCQ. That's how I changed the display name a little bit so that you know you're using the latest version. And it's a lot better, it's a lot cleaner, and it's more accurate because we fixed a few math bugs because this shit was not easy to program. Okay, so now let's go to the gold weekly chart. And if you look here, if I zoom out this weekly chart, gold eventually found its low right there. Gold eventually found its low and got rejected perfectly by the 38% Fibonacci line. It's right there. It's kind of hard to see here, but candles look a little different. Anyway, it got rejected by that 38% Fibonacci line. And then it went down, and then it perfectly bounced off of that 76% Fibonacci line. I know a lot of people use the 78, but 76 is also a legitimate line. I prefer 76. It's done well for me in the past. It bounced perfectly right there, had a little reversal candle. The 9 came a little bit late. Okay, this on a weekly scale. Now, as you look right here in gold, when it got rejected by the 38% Fibonacci line, it perfectly was supported by the 38% Fibonacci line in the opposite direction. And then it went up nicely. It came close, but then it just got smacked down real hard. I can envision the same situation. Imagine these as daily candles in the S&P. And I do see another low. I don't know if this low, I anticipated this low to be lower in gold. I anticipated gold would go below 1,000. My opinion doesn't make gold go lower than 1,000. You have to adjust to the market situation. Now, when did I eventually become a bull on gold? I became a bull on gold when we eventually broke that same 38 line Fibonacci. So this means, this is, again, projecting to the S&P 500. I will only be a bull of the S&P 500 at the break of this Fibonacci line. As long as the S&P stays below this Fibonacci line, I will be an absolute bear of the stock markets unless I get a perfect buying opportunity somewhere lower than the current low. I could become a bull at a lower point in time, but I will not become a bull in between these two 38% Fibonacci's. No way. I would be anticipating the break of this lower Fibonacci and finding support somewhere else that is lower. So that means I am looking, so this is the futures market. Let's go back to the 10-minute chart on the futures market of the S&P. And this means I am looking for a reversal somewhere either today, tomorrow, or Wednesday. If we look at what happened overnight, this is Sunday night open. Then ignore the 9 because it's irrelevant because the market was closed Friday evening and Saturday and most of Sunday. But beautiful 10-minute buy, 10-minute sell right here at 2 in the morning, New York time. Of course, I wasn't awake for the market. So I would not trade the sequential in off hours. I don't know how accurate it is. I wouldn't do it. Now, same thing here. I would not trade the market right now. It's 20 minutes before market open. But I am going to be looking for that 10 a.m. reversal. And most likely the market will top sometime today, tomorrow, or Wednesday. I believe we are going to go back down. I believe that the number of infections in New York are going to skyrocket. I do think that it's not over yet. It's not over yet. No matter how much money they print, it's not over yet. You can't force, people are still going to be skeptical of risky assets. Okay. Let's keep an eye on silver. Oh, this is SLV. Okay, where's my silver? Let's see how silver and gold are doing in pre-market. You can see silver is down a little bit. I actually like that. It's good for my personal position in silver. The way I am set up in silver, I did buy silver off of this 9, but I hedged my position so that I make maximum amount of profit at a $14 silver 3 weeks from now. So what do we got here? Today is the 30th. So in exactly 3 weeks, I will maximize my silver profit if we are around $14. And right now we're 27 cents above, which is good enough for me. So if we're at this price exactly, or anywhere 30 cents lower, I pretty much maximize my profit on my silver trade. But that's my personal position. Okay. I don't want to look at stocks now because markets are going to open. I'd rather look at stocks at the end of the day. Let's see what else we got. What else can we look at? I think that's it, to be honest with you guys. There's really nothing else to say. I got about 3 more minutes. I can take a look at your live chat and see if you have any questions. Once again, guys, please support with affiliate codes. I'm now paying TradingView $60 a month. I want that premium subscription. It does give me a lot of options, including the ability to publish this indicator for you guys without getting banned for potential shilling. I love my Embly card. I love it so much that I literally spend weeks with my graphic designer putting together these designs that I will be on a call with Embly to get them on the cards. We'll try to get them on their website. So if you are going to be promoting Bitcoin around the world by using the debit card, you can use one of these amazing designs. They are absolutely awesome. I love it. I can't wait. I don't even know which one I'm going to get, to be honest with you. I really, really don't. But I'll definitely have one of these. That's about it. That's about it, guys. Any good questions? What stocks are you watching today? I don't know yet. I don't know what stocks I'm watching today, but I will say this. I'll say this. Wheat. I'm not going to trade wheat because I traded my retirement fund, but like wheat has historically been an incredible, like sequential on wheat has been historically incredible. This is not the kind of 9 I'm looking for. I look for these 9s. Look at this. Here's wheat 9 sell, 9 sell, 9 sell, 9 sell. Not the best of 9 buys, but like of all the years I've been watching sequential, wheat and coffee have, for some insane reason, been, I'm going to pull up my commodities here. So where's wheat? I think ZW is wheat. Yeah. Like even if we go to the weekly chart, like historically, I've seen wheat perform so well with sequential back in the day. Here's the weekly 9 in line with that daily 9 right at the high. A huge cluster of 13s right here. So historically, wheat's just been great. Now, I don't like to trade grain futures. I think they're way too volatile, and I think they're way too leveraged. They really are designed for farmers that know markets and can hedge their crops. But I'm not looking at any particular stocks. I haven't had a chance to yet, to be honest. I kind of just woke up. And I'm not looking at any stocks because I care more about what the market does. Tomorrow we can take a look at a few stocks. All right, yeah, coffee is definitely some quarantine food. All right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it here. I'm gonna go and get my trading day up and running. Thank you all so much for watching. Again, support with the affiliate codes, and I will see you later tonight after the market. Where's my thing here? And I will see you guys tonight after the market closes, and we will review what's going on. Good luck trading, and I will see you all on the next one. Bye, guys.